It's Jason with drpremed.com. I want to talk to you guys about how I got started doing what I do as being a pre-med advisor, pre-med coach, whatever you want to call it, where my goal is to help you successfully get into medical school. And it actually started when I arrived in undergrad at Northwestern University, hence the purple here that I'm wearing. But I came to Northwestern University and I actually met the president of the Pre-Med Society, and I told her as a freshman, I go, one day I'm going to take your position. A little bit bold, a little bit cocky, but that's how I rolled back then. Probably not like that anymore, but still it's good to kind of be confident in yourself in certain things, but you don't want to be arrogant about it either. Just want to be confident about it. And so I spent the first year as a general member of the Pre-Med Society, then the second year as a treasurer of the organization, and then I moved up the ranks and I spent my, junior and senior year as a president of the Pre-Med Society. So kind of really got my feet wet there. And with our Pre-Med Society, we'd bring in prominent physicians that you guys would know of, seen on TV and movies and things like that, and very historical people as well. And so we did that. We did that every quarter because Northwestern's in a quarter system. We did kind of something special. But then in the spring, we would have something called Annual Medical School Day, where we would invite the medical schools from across the country to do kind of like a college fair, except for getting into medical school. And this is really how I got to know all these AdComs at all these different schools that you guys are applying to, you want to get into, and everything like that, just because of working with them. And so we did this in the spring quarter, so that was like year-long planning for that, just to coordinate that event, get everybody on campus at the same time. And it wasn't even just limited to the Northwestern community. Northwestern's in Evanston, Illinois, which is about 9 miles north of downtown Chicago. So that means all of the medical schools, or well, not medical schools, but the colleges, undergrads, and people in the Chicago metropolitan area who are interested in becoming doctors and getting into medical school, they would also attend this event. So this was pretty significant. This was pretty big. Everybody knew Northwestern University Medical School Day was having our event in the spring, and it was a place to be if you wanted to be a pre-med student who wanted to get into medical school. So that's what happened with that. And so that's kind of a little bit background of where I'm coming from when I tell you, like, I know basically everything there is to know about getting into medical school, and it's not just, oh, this is what worked for Jason, so that's going to be universally applicable to you. Nope, that's not how I think. Remember, I have all these AdComs in my back pocket, on social media, and email, and my cell phone contact list, all of that. So there's somebody for any type of situation. If I can't personally figure it out, I know somebody who can, but at this point I've been doing it long enough where I basically can figure it out without really needing to reach out to others for help, just because I've been doing this long enough for that. So that's always an advantage for you. And so let's move on a little bit. So what happened? How did Dr. Pre-Med come about? So knowing this, president of the Pre-Med Society for 2 years, I got friends, I'm a very social person, so I got a lot of friends, and they would start asking me, Jason, trying to get into med school, what do you think about this? Or I'm thinking about going to a post-bac route, or what do I need to do for the MCAT? When should I take it? All different types of pre-med questions that you guys have in regards to getting in and making yourself a viable candidate for medical school. Had all of that happen, and I would give people advice, great advice. It would work. I know one of my friends, they were ahead of me, and what happened? They were getting interviews for medical school, but they couldn't get in. They were rejected, and so then I actually met with that student and went over their approach to preparing for their medical school interview. I'm like, you need to do this, you need to do that, say this, don't say this, make sure this is a part of your story, and ultimately at the end of the day, they followed through with it, and now they're radiologists, so what I teach actually does work, and it will get you results, and they are a testament out of the hundreds of students I've worked with and helped over the years. That's what happened. And so what I realized is that a lot of you guys have the same questions, and just maybe, and you think your situation is very unique, nobody's seen it, and you're very special, and unfortunately, that's not always the case. Most of the time, it's pretty much the same thing with just a few details being changed here and there. And so, me being a very efficient guy, I like to think I'm efficient and all of that, I decided, hey, you know what? I'm getting the same questions over and over. I'm telling people the same stuff, what they need to do to improve their chances. It's working for people. Let me start a website. And that's kind of Dr. Pre-Med got started. I figured, let me start a website that it could be accessible 24/7, 7 days a week. What is it? They have that whole thing that they have like 365 days, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whatever. That whole counting system that I'm obviously not doing in order right now, but you guys get the drift where if it's online, you can find it anytime at your convenience, and that's what I decided to do with drpremed.com. Make it on for your convenience because I know I'm not always going to be around. I'm not always going to be able to answer my email, pick up the phone for the people who actually know me and have my personal phone number and stuff like that. And so with a website, anybody can get help, and that was the goal, to just make it so that anybody who's in this process of wanting to become a doctor, they can go ahead and do that. And then over time, it started growing, started taking off, and people are like, Jason, you can really help a lot of people. You need to expand what you're doing and make this a lot bigger, give yourself a bigger platform, and that's kind of where we're at now with things. I'm very much through my medical training, at least the medical school education portion of it, being a fourth year and everything like that. So I've done this for a while. If you can, because I did it in grad school too, and then med school, so you can just add up the years there and just see that, yeah, I've probably been around the block a little bit with this pre-med coaching and advising, with helping students get in, and what I want to do for you guys. So that's my background story. That's my history, where I'm coming from as somebody who's very capable of knowledge. I want to give you my knowledge to help you get into medical school. And what I think the biggest problem that I've seen over the years is that students don't get help in advance. They wait to the last minute. I know as pre-meds, we like to procrastinate. We like to do things at the last minute. But when you're getting into medical school, you can't do that. You got to realize 60% of the people applying to medical school aren't going to get in. And obviously, everybody likes to think, oh, I'm going to be part of the 40% that gets in. But rarely does that happen, and people need to be aware of that. I've seen people with top grades get in, and I've seen people with top grades not get in. I've seen people with low grades get in, people with low grades not get in. It can cut any way, and you just need to be prepared for that. And if you think it's your right to be a medical student and be in medical school, nope, you're in for a rude awakening. You actually got to work and got to do things for that. But what I want to do with you guys today, since you guys are indulging me in this video right now, is I want to offer you some of my consulting services. I want to hop on a phone with you guys and actually lay out the plan of what you should and shouldn't be doing related to your specific situation, related to your goals, what you're trying to do to get into medical school and get in and become a doctor. Because yeah, you got Reddit, you got Student Doctor Network and all of those places, but they're not going to give you the advice that you need, because there are so many hidden agendas on those websites. It's not even funny. I know people, I can tell you guys not to go there, but I know you're going to go there regardless, so I'm not going to tell you not to do that because I know you are, but I'm going to tell you, reach out to me if you want legitimate advice that's going to actually get you to the next level. I do my hourly telephone consulting things. That's really going to set you off in the right direction. I even have a video course that has everything that I would tell you as well. And if you have those two things, then you're going to be straight. And then when you're actually ready to apply, you can work with me one-on-one with your personal statement, your secondary, your interview prep, choosing schools, all that stuff. But I think as a pre-med, before you're actually ready to apply, you need to reach out to me. Let's get you a roadmap. Let's get you a plan of action of all the things you can be doing to make yourself competitive for medical school. So if you want that, if you want to really bolster your chances and make sure that you're going to be the person walking across that stage, loud applause from your parents, your friends, your family, as the dean puts you into your white coat and welcomes you into the field of medicine, then I'm the person to help you do that. So go ahead, click the link to get some telephone advising, whatever type of help you need. I'm here to help you, because this is Jason from drpremed.com, and I want you to live out your dream with your white coat and stethoscope. Thank you.